Guys, if you didn't know this about me, about Fun Football Podcast, my name's Isaac, and I'm a teacher over in Texas. So it's time for me to give some grades. I gotta do my grading, and these grades are on fantasy football matchups for Week 1, based on the player's pedigree and where I think the matchup's going to project. It's tough for Week 1, but this segment is sponsored by That Sports Network. They're going to be putting it up on their network. I'm putting it up on mine. It's a collaboration. I'm really excited. My quarterbacks. I'm going to do a quarterback video first. My quarterbacks, they get an A+ for Week 1. Are Baker Mayfield at Atlanta, because I think he's going to cook even down a couple weapons, and Joe Burrow against Cleveland. At Cleveland. I don't care if it's there. I like Myles Garrett, but I think with all those weapons, those are my best two quarterbacks matchup-wise. They're getting an A+ for Week 1. All right. The quarterbacks that get an A, I did break it down, A+, A-. I'm not doing every player. It would take too long. But my players that get an A for Week 1, shockingly, are Kyler Murray. I'm not a huge Kyler Murray fan, but I do like the weapons. He's playing New Orleans, so I don't believe in at all, even on defense. And Bo Nix at Tennessee. I think he could cook, actually, even with just one weapon with Courtland Sutton, but with those running backs coming back. I like what is going on there, and honestly, I don't know about Tennessee's defense, so I'm going Bo Nix as an A. All right, my quarterbacks again, A-. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Jaden Daniels, they get an A-. The reason why Allen and Jackson are playing each other, both defenses are pretty solid, but I think they're both going to have good games first week, Sunday Night Football. And Jaden Daniels, I love the Giants line, but otherwise I don't really like their secondary. And I do think Jaden Daniels is going to have a great Week 1. So he gets an A-. Those are my A QBs. I didn't have a lot of QBs in the Bs. B-. I actually have Jordan Love and Jared Goff in the same game at a B-. They both get B-. The reason why I like both defenses, both have weaknesses in the secondary, but I really is going to come down to Micah Parsons playing, and I think they'll both be solid. I don't know if either of them will be like a top 5 QB for Week 1. The matchups I would avoid this week, Brock Purdy and Mahomes, I gave a C+. I'm not big on Caleb this week at Minnesota. I think that's a bad matchup for him. I'm not big on J.J. McCarthy against Chicago in his first start either. And the worst matchup of the week, I give an F-. I know it's not a real grade, but Daniel Jones gets an F-. Reason why? It's Daniel Jones. I just don't believe in him. I got to see it. So those are my fantasy grades. Drop your thoughts in the comments below and check out That Sports Network. Thank you for collaborating on the video.